Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to another reseller vlog. So if y'all saw, everything has been changed a little bit. I did get a new rack, and I initially didn't have this room in mind. Killed off both of the men's racks, and then I put them in this closet. And my closet, I actually soon, I'm not sure when, but I'm gonna eventually take all of my stuff out of there and then put it in the theater room, which is now my bedroom, and put all the dresses in here. This is just the strangest thing. So y'all, I accidentally swapped an item. Now thank God for me, I haven't shipped it to 2 different people, but I gave her the wrong item. I received a refund request. This is on Mercari, by the way. So I ended up was like, yeah, no problem. Like instantly I apologize and I accept the return. These pants are a size 2. She ordered a size 6. So she goes on to message me a few days later, which was yesterday, and she was like, hey, I actually can fit these. Like, can I buy the other ones and these? So, I mean, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but if you're a size 6 and you can fit a size 2, I don't know. Anyways, but let me go ahead and show y'all what sold so we can get up out of here. So I did make a few sales yesterday morning, but I ended up pulling those. So we're just gonna go ahead and grab a few of them. I'm gonna ship them out probably when I get back home or tomorrow. This is the great dress. I picked this up at a regular thrift store. I think it was the Salvation Army, and this one had a flaw to the back. You really can't tell, which is the wildest thing, but it was kind of like color transfer, and it was blue color transfer, and I only saw it when I opened up the ring light, which was crazy because you can't see it. So I had it listed at $118. They sent me a $75 offer. I figured that's not a bad deal, so I went on and accepted it due to the flaw. So we got that, and then this one just came in from somebody that is subscribed to my channel. Hey girl, hey. This brand is called 𝕍𝕀𝔻𝕼, and it's just this really pretty boho top. So what I've done is, these are all the dresses. This is the extra small. This is the small. This is the medium. This is the large, extra large, and then anything above an extra large. And in between, I really wanted to utilize the space to put dresses in because I have a lot of dresses. So I started putting them in there, and I try to do it by size, but I kind of gave up at some point, but I might try again. Anyways, this is a brand called Little Journeys, and this one sold for $20. Now, I did not organize these. I mean, I do have them separated from like sweaters and jackets and blazers and just regular tops, but other than that, oh, this is not the right one. But other than that, it's not really separated. All right, so this is Delta. This is Land's End, and I believe it's just people that work at the airport, if I'm not mistaken, because it does say ramp. I picked it up because it looked really nice. I looked into it. I saw the sell-through rate, which was great. I was shocked. But this one sold for $20. It was my full asking price. So those are the 2 on eBay, and then Mercari. I'm shocked too, y'all. I actually got 3 sales on Mercari yesterday. So this is a Swiftly Tech by Lululemon. This one actually sold for $38, which was my full asking price. All right, so this is actually a vintage dress. It's kind of more of a, I want to say like an overall dress. This is from a brand called City Triangles. It is vintage. The reason why I remember picking this one up because it had this really pretty trim to it, and you can probably wear like a turtleneck and like stockings or something like that. This one sold for an offer of $22. They sent me, and then y'all won't believe it, but I am a bins digger. We already know that. So I went to the bins, and I went on and found a whole bunch of cashmere. So the person commented, let me know that people still buy cashmere, just put like crafters, DIY, all the things. So I was just like, you know what? Let me test it out. So this particular day, I found a lot of cashmere. I'm actually disappointed in myself because yesterday I found 2 cashmere sweaters from Uniqlo. They had a lot of pilling, so I was just like, but I still should have took them home to do this. But anyways, I went on and picked all of these up as 5 of them, so I probably paid $5 for them total. And I just lotted them up, took photos of them, showed the little holes, the flaws, all of that, and I had it listed for $45. I was trying to get $40, but they sent me a $36 offer, and I'm like, of course. Like, so they're gonna get 5 cashmere sweaters and a whole bunch of different colorways for $36, and I'm actually really happy about that. I think that I might need to start continuing to pick up, you know, cashmere sweaters, because if I can lock them up, it just works out. So I made it to the very first location. This actually used to be my honey hole, believe it or not. So I went straight to their new racks. It was nothing there, so I kept it pushing, and I went to my very favorite section, which is the denim section. So I looked and looked and looked, and I just knew I was gonna find mother or a Goldie or a Mousy or favorite daughter. I didn't find anything, y'all. I was really, really sad that I couldn't find anything at this location. I'm sure this is someone else's honey hole at this point, because nothing was there. I did find one item, and that one actually sold really quickly for a really good amount. So yeah, I'm just flicking through all the garbage, just trying to find something, and I didn't find much, honestly. So I was surprised about this brand. Soft Surroundings, I didn't know they had like a sub brand. This was really pretty. I definitely would have picked this up at the bins, but for $9, I think not. This is actually something I am looking back on that I probably should have picked up, just because I could have sworn I heard somebody say Laura Ashley is actually a good brand to pick up. This was beautiful. Definitely a bins pickup 100% though. And this is just a little section that I noticed that they kind of gathered. This wasn't there before, so it's a little organized, and I thought it looked really nice. All right, y'all, so I stupidly went to the Texas thrifts that was in the exact location as the Goodwill that I went to. First of all, the Goodwill was garbage. I found one item, and I'll show you guys right now. All right, y'all, so at the very first location, I actually picked up this Masters Peter Millar women's quarter zip top. This is, I believe, just a golf brand, and then it does have this logo patch here, and I did pay $4.99 for this. This is actually a really good pickup. Masters by Peter Millar does great, but even in women's it does better. Peter Millar typically is better for men, but this piece is gonna do great. I'm gonna get over $40 for that one. Yeah, that's all I got, which is wild to me that I wasted like 45 minutes. But like I told y'all in the last reseller vlog, I don't like to waste too much time. So I pretty much cleared everything that I could at that location before just giving up. I initially said I wanted to stay until 11, but I just couldn't make it work. So I decided to go to the Texas thrift that was in the area, and that one was even worse. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I felt the exact same sentiments as I told y'all before. It is literally like stimulation overload in that location. It is too much going on all at once. It's too much. I couldn't clear that store in 2 days. And the prices were wild. We're talking minimum for Nike is like $15. And I'm gonna be honest, looking at the prices for stuff like that really deters me from actually wanting to continue. So I think I was in there for like 5 minutes, and I was like, I gotta go. All right, so we made it to the second Goodwill. I actually used to love this store. This is actually Point Sur, which is sold by J. Crew. It does pretty well. I would have picked these up 100% if they were a little bit cheaper, but at the bins, they would have came home with me. I am, of course, in my favorite section. I didn't find anything good here either. I did pick a few things up and I put it in my cart, but eventually it did not come home with me. You guys will see that toward the end, but I did come across some new racks, and I was so happy because I found at least half of the items that I took home at this rack. So I was really happy about that. This was actually a Boden romper, and I thought that it looked really pretty. It was an extra large as well. Very simple, very chic, but it was missing the belt. So I decided to leave it behind. Yeah, I definitely would have left it behind regardless. This was a Free People shop. I thought it was beautiful, but for $5, absolutely not. And this was Lilly Pulitzer. They priced it kind of low. It did have some stains on it, so of course I didn't take that home, but I recently sold something similar to that, and I'm just kind of going through their tops, trying to find some good brands, until I started to just look for styles because I felt like I was wasting a lot of time. So yeah, just going through it. Nothing really great here, but I did come across this, and it is a older Maeve tag, so I did not pick that up. And I was about to pick one of these up until I found the other two. I checked comps and they were not good, so I ended up leaving all three of them behind. This is a brand that I adore picking up. I pick it up every time I see it at the bins. It sells for me regardless. However, this particular style is oversaturated and it wasn't any good comps on it. This was just a boot cut style. Also wasn't any good comps on it, so I ended up leaving those behind. And this was just a Boden top. I have not been having luck with their tops, only dresses, so the sell-through rate on those weren't that great, left that behind. That's actually another reseller there, but I also left this behind. The sell-through rate and comps weren't there, so I left it behind. This one I was kind of excited for because I didn't know Eileen Fisher did a collaboration with Garnet Hill, but this one was stained up, so of course I left that one behind, so that was pretty sad. And this was a Tommy Bahama dress. I've actually would have paid the $10 for it because I thought it was so pretty. It was linen. However, the trim on it was pretty faded and, you know, it had a little bit of wash wear. So I decided to go ahead and leave that one behind. This was 𝕍𝕀𝔻 Sell-through rate has definitely declined. So I left that one behind. All right, so at the next location, I think I spent like $39 for these items. The first one is actually this Made by Anthropologie extra large maxi dress. I did pay $8.99. You already know how I feel about paying up, but it's in this really pretty colorway and it is so gorgeous and it does have pockets. And honestly, I picked this up due to the fact that not only is it the new label Maeve and it's from Anthropologie, it is in a really pretty colorway. It's a maxi dress and I have recently sold a Maeve like by Anthropologie just plain button down top for almost $30. So I know I'm going to get a good amount for this. All right, the next one is actually this Lululemon Swiftly Tech, I want to say. I think this is a Swiftly Tech. I'm thinking about maybe it's not because it doesn't feel like the one that I just sold yesterday, but it does have the Lululemon logo and you already know Lululemon is great. And this one does have a bottom zip. Now, since I have been able to sell my Lululemon pieces like this for over, you know, $25, I thought that this was okay to pick up. This one was $6.49 at the thrift store, so I didn't mind picking it up because I ain't gonna lie, I really thought this was a Swiftly. Okay, so these are a pair of Cobby jeans. These are the high-low crop. I did pay $8.49 for these as well. And this is a brand that I enjoy picking up. This is the newer tag. Ironically enough, I sold a Cobby piece while I was out sourcing today. But like I said, these are the high-low crop. This is a brand that does have a following, so I do like to pick it up when I see it. And I didn't mind paying the $8.49 for it because most of the comps are over $35. So I'm probably gonna price mine like at $40-ish and just kind of go from there. The goal is to get about $35 minimum for it. This one actually shocked me. You already know how I feel about Spanx, right? So I picked up Spanx. This is a small. This was $8.49 originally, but blue tags were actually 50% off at all three of the locations. And honestly, I think all three locations are like cousins or siblings because I use my telephone number and I accumulate points by going to all three of them, so I'm constantly getting $10 off every time I shop. But anyway, so these were just like some faux leather moto leggings and I was really shocked that the comps were doing really well. I know the faux leather does pretty good, but I didn't know that the moto style is like sought after. So I think these were close to 100% sell-through rate when I checked on eBay. So I went on to pick those up, and since it was half off, I paid like $4 for them, so I didn't mind it. And this was another piece. So I originally found what, 4 of the 5 on the new rack, so that's why it pays to go to new racks. So this is an Erin Craft sweater. It's just like a cable knit fisherman crew neck sweater. This is a great brand to look out for. It is 100% wool, and this is what the tag looks like. Pretty much anything made in Ireland that is, you know, like a good fabric is gonna do well. This is a size small. I did pay $6.49 for this, but I'm looking to get between $40 to $50 for this, so I'm really happy about that one. All right, y'all, so hopefully y'all was able to see what I picked up at the second location. We have just made it to the third location. I'm hoping that I find some really good things. My camera died, so we are on the cell phone. All right, so we made it to the last Goodwill location. I typically only come to this one last just because it hasn't been that great in the past, so I don't really prioritize the store. But I was pleasantly surprised for the items that I picked up for this location. This was just a Pendleton like vintage skirt and jacket set. I didn't pick it up. Pendleton has been really slow for me, so I don't even bother. I would have picked this up had it not been flawed. Those chain straps were detached, unfortunately, but I would have 100% picked up this item. This brand does amazing for me. So yeah, 𝕊𝕋 is a great brand to look out for. This is actually Sundance. I love this brand, but this one did have a few flaws on it. I thought that I could get them out, so of course I took them and put them in my cart. However, after like touching on the stain a little bit more, it's kind of like a melted situation, so I left that one behind. I actually just found this brand at the bins and it recently just sold. However, this is not a brand that I would pick up at a thrift store, but this top was really pretty. All right, so this is my go back pile. I actually checked comps on this item specifically. It was a size large. They weren't doing that well. These are a pair of Good American jeans. I actually ended up taking these with me just because they were a newer style, and I was happy that the cashier only charged me like $7 for them, so we love that. This is a Sundance top. Like I told you guys before, it had a melted flaw, so it wasn't something that I was going to be able to get out in the wash, so I ended up leaving that behind, and we are done. Okay, and then at the last location, I honestly was kind of shocked. So this one came up to, so I did buy something. Oh, she didn't put it, oh, she did put it on there. Okay, so that one was $119, so I'll just take $1 off. So I paid like $28 and some change for this one, but this is when I was able to get my $10 off, which I'm really happy about because I picked up something and it didn't have a price tag, so I was kind of iffy when I got to the register. But the first thing I got was this 𝕊𝕋 dress. This was, it doesn't show the size actually. I wonder, is that an M for a medium? I don't know. But I did pay $8.99 for this. Now this is listed pretty high when I did check this specific style, and I'm excited to see how this one's gonna do. It's just like this chevron print that they are known for, and it is in like a knit type of fabric. All right, so I paid $8.99 for this one as well. This is called Me Too Magic. Now I'm gonna be honest, I initially saw the style of this dress before I saw the tag, and I'm like, this dress is so beautiful. I'm like, it is gorgeous. So it's a maxi dress, and this is what drew me to it. This is the reason why I went straight to the dresses. I was in the jeans section, but then I saw this maxi dress and I was like, oh, let me go look at that real quick. So I'm really happy that I did, because when I looked at the comps, they were doing great. And my piece, no shade to the people that, you know, sold theirs, mine looked the best, okay? And this is an extra large, so I didn't know that this brand was something, you know, great. This is a 𝕂𝕊𝕋 size medium. This is a really pretty maxi dress. I actually saw this one as well, and I was like, what is that? And it's kind of like a tiered boho situation. This one's a size medium, so this is definitely going to be a little oversized, but it does have that tie in the front. But I'm hoping to actually find a stock photo. This is the brand. It's actually sold at Anthropologie, so I love that. And then I also paid, well, I paid $9.99 for this one. All right, and then the last thing I got, which y'all are probably gonna be like, girl, what the hell? But it all worked out just because I ended up getting $10 off. So technically these were free. So anyways, these are a pair of Good American jeans. These are size 0024, which are really tiny, but they're more of a straight style. They weren't skinny, and that was the main reason why I was like, I gotta get them. And ironically enough, the smaller sizes perform a lot better for me than the larger sizes, which is wild. But I picked these up. I didn't even check the comps or sell-through rate, but these are in excellent condition, and the fact that they were technically free, I'm really happy about that. Or they'll probably end up being like $5 a piece once I average out the cost of goods, but I think I could at the very least get about 35 to 40 for these. Really going for 40 to 45, but maybe $40. But yeah, that was the last thing that I got. So it is currently 1:52. I'm gonna inventory all of this, and then I'm about to prep everything that I'm about to list. So I need to go in Steam and measure, photograph, and then I need to list. And then the goal also is to edit one video, because tomorrow I'm gonna have to edit 2 videos, and list my 25 items. I'm also in the process of washing those clothes that I stain treated this morning, so I need to get all of those done so then that way I can have things to list tomorrow. And I don't think I showed y'all. So this bin is actually all of the items that I've been saving for spring. And then these 2 bins, this first one is actually all of the items that I specifically picked at the bins for the buy sell trade store. And then this second one is all the items that I've pulled from my closet just to get rid of it. Some more buys that I gave extra chance that they still didn't sell within these past couple of months. So it's time to let them go now. Was actually the item that I forgot to show y'all this morning that sold. The brand is called 𝕬𝕬𝕂𝕬𝕂. This is actually a great brand to look out for. It's a great children's brand. The problem is that mine is definitely worn, and I priced it incredibly high when I first listed it. I want to say I priced it at like $45. Wild, I know. So it finally sold. I think it sold for $20 or $21, I'm not sure. But yeah, so this was included in the wrap up for the price that I made yesterday. It is currently 4:03 now. I actually need to go ahead and start uploading these to Poshmark. Just recently, which was just yesterday, I actually stopped taking them to Viscose and then editing the cover shot because 1, I really don't have to do that, and then 2, it cuts down on the amount of time that I'm spending uploading, because I feel like that typically takes me like 10 to 15, maybe even 20 minutes. I never really count it because I would sit there and I would have to upload them one by one and then edit them, and then I'd have to save them all, and then I'd have to go through, hand pick the one that's the cover shot, and then all the photos, and it's too consuming. So I went on and stopped doing it yesterday. So I noticed that typically in the afternoon is where I get the best like lighting over there. I typically open the window. I don't know why I didn't open it today, but it is what it is. So now I'm just gonna completely stop doing a cover shot as far as like the editing to make it brighter, because that is also misleading to people that click on the item thinking they're going to be expecting like an ivory color and then it's more beigey. So we stopped that. Y'all, let me just tell you, I woke up at like 5:13 this morning. I gave myself about 20 minutes to wake fully up because I knew I had to come and sell similar, because last week I was waking up at 5:30 and I was actually going to sleep around 9, so it worked out. I was getting enough sleep. So this week my body is still trying to wake up at 5:30, but I have not been going to sleep at 9. I've been going to sleep like 11:30, midnight. So all of my sell similar always ends, because that's when I would typically end it, around 5:30 in the morning. So I knew I had to wake up to come and you know, end it. And I don't just have like, you know, maybe 5, maybe 10. I typically always have over 30 listings that need to be ended and then sold similar, so I can zhuzh up business. And like I said, I try to do that every single morning. Yes, some mornings I don't. I think I'm unsuccessful maybe like at the very least maybe 6 times a month where I'm not able to do it every single day, which is typically the weekends. But I said all that to say, I came up in here, I sold similar, and then I tried to start editing the video, and I'm so exhausted. Like, do not do this to yourself, because last night I stayed up in here until like 8:30, y'all. I think I remember telling y'all I should have been done like around 7. I don't remember listing until like 4:45. So I don't even know what took place for me to wait that long to list. Anyways, so it is currently 8:51 in the morning, and I feel really refreshed. The problem is that I created a whole little to-do list, kind of like a laundry list, and I have a lot to do. But the problem is I don't think I'm gonna get all this done. I even time blocked it to just kind of see, because you know, you can create a list, but are you going to be able to complete it? So give yourself the time frame to be able to complete it. And I realized I wouldn't be able to, because this list would also go all the way until 8 p.m. and my son will be here most likely about 8. All right, y'all, so this is how it looks in here without the mess. So of course I have everything lined up: children's, women's bottoms, women's jeans. I separated them by sizes. I do plan on going through this bin in the future to separate like the skirts from the shorts and the leggings, and just doing it that way because it's getting pretty full. And then of course you already know how I felt about these bins being different colors, but I try to make it work by putting them all together. This is the sleep and swim. I will eventually separate those as well because that bin is getting kind of full. These are the women pull-on pants. And then over here is all of the men's items. I'm going to also have to break the trousers down as well, probably by size, because this bin is getting pretty full. And these are the men's pull-on pants and then the jeans. So I know it's a little bit of a mess, but I washed all of the clothes yesterday and I put them all here. And then these are some casual tees. I washed these. I actually stain treated them. Y'all see the white spots? I used, I believe, the OxiClean, and I just rubbed it on here and now it's flawed. So these will have to be damaged out. And this one's not going to be damaged out, but I washed it because it had a flaw on it. And I discovered a hole in the back, which you probably can't see, but now it's a hole. It wasn't a hole when I listed it, so that's pretty upsetting. So now I have to go in and edit the listing and drop the price. All right, so now I'm actually just about to print out the shipping labels of everything that's sold. I try to go to Flip to just get an overview, because Flip does show you your order page, which is very helpful. To just get an idea of what's sold. I'm actually show y'all what's sold in a second, but I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sales yesterday. So I'm gonna show y'all what's sold. This is actually from a brand called Willis and Geiger. These were vintage, but this is a very expensive brand. These are some Cobby trousers. Love this brand. These actually sold on Poshmark. This is the one Macari sale. It's a T-Mobile puffer. It's reversible. I saw a lot of them that was the pink colorway, but I turned mine inside out so the black could be the main color. Ironically enough, I was filming a video which I ended up deleting, and I'm gonna refilm it because I left a lot of things out. But anyways, I talked about this brand being a brand that I found for the very first time, and the fact that it didn't perform like how everybody was saying. This was 100% cashmere as well. No flaws, but I think since it was an extra small, I think that played a pretty big role in it. But this one finally sold. I am pretty disappointed with this one. I actually picked this up at a regular thrift store. I think it was my first time finding 𝕬𝕬𝕑 during this time. It had to have been summertime, where a lot of people was talking about this is a great brand and all the fun things, which is like a Western cowboy, cowgirl brand. And it's a women's top. Now, this one got a lot of attention every single time it got relisted, but it just never sold. So dropped the price down and it finally sold for $20. So I'm definitely not going to make a great profit on this. Probably like around $8 or $9 because I definitely paid like $7 or $8 for it. This is a J. Crew cashmere sweater. I actually didn't even get to haul this. This was actually supposed to go into the haul because it actually is, you know, from the bins that I just went to on Tuesday. I went to the bins on Tuesday. I only went once this week because we had our little snowstorm out here in Texas for one day. So yeah, didn't get to haul it, but it's 100% cashmere. And honestly, y'all, I looked at this tag and I thought it was like a vintage J. Crew. This actually is from summer of 2022. Summer 22. That sounds so weird. Summer 2022. Summer 22. I'm gonna just say it like that. I'll probably film the haul. That's why if y'all see my haul videos and I look disheveled, because y'all notice some videos I don't even put on makeup. I just don't have the capacity anymore, honestly. And I feel like my eyelashes just never look right anymore. Like, I used to be a makeup girly and now life just lifing. But anyways, when I be looking disheveled in them haul videos is because I'm like, okay, I need to hurry up and get this haul so I can put this stuff away. And that's pretty much where I am now. I have really honed into completing everything the day of. So that's why I'm like working a very long day every single day, because yes, the main goal is in fact to list the items and let that just be the only job. That is a priority job of the day. But I also like to keep things organized. So since I made the transition, I like to actually put everything away. So when I get done with my photographing, I like to take those items and then I like to put everything where they need to go, because I think that when you start doing that, it kind of sets a tone for your workspace. And I was watching, no shade to her. Let me get my coffee. Hold on. So I was watching this lady's vlog. Well, I guess it was like a clean my office or something like that vlog. And I can feel it. I felt it through the screen, honestly. She is just... She got a lot on her plate, okay? And her office was a mess. And granted, everybody gets to that place. My office, everybody got a different version of what a mess means, but a mess to me is just things not being organized and in place. But hers was just wild. And I never really fully understand how people develop death piles, because I'm like, okay, there's no way I'm out here spending money on things and not listing it. Granted, I have like a spring pile, but that's different. That's specially curated. But she had a whole bunch of those. She had just shit all over her floors, things, just bags, because there's too much inventory to put away because her inventory space is not big enough for the things that she has. Just a lot. And the Virgo in me wanted to just fly to wherever she's at and just rearrange everything for her and just get it organized for her, because I'm like, all you have to do, and I know it's hard because she has kids, I have a child, so I completely get it. And her situation is a lot different from mine. But if you just set aside time, so instead of listing that day, which I know it sucks, like, because we really want to get the listings done, take time to clean your space and do it in a way that it's like, okay, today I'm going to work on this section. Tomorrow I'm going to work on this section. Or me personally, I would do the whole thing in one day. Because I feel like if you can just do all of this first, everything else would just, you know, fall into place. I'm saying that to say that since I watched her video some weeks ago, She was really the motivation behind me keeping everything organized, because I would hate for my stuff to get to that place. And yeah, so when I get done photographing, I put everything away, and I like to keep all of that, you know, pretty much clean. And on Thursdays I pull all of that stuff in here, and it's like I'm doing the closing shift at a retail store, because I don't come into this room sometimes if my son is asleep, but I'm gonna be honest, for the most part I don't come up in here just to work or anything. So I like to pull all of everything to put in here, because on the weekends he is playing in that area, so that's his playroom. And then of course he can come into the bedroom where I'm at, but for the most part he's in there. So that place is cleaned out every Thursday, so everything is good. So I'm pretty happy with where I'm at in life. And I made a post on my Instagram some days ago, and when I read it back, I'm like, this sounds like I'm giving a farewell to life. And I was like, I hope nobody thinks that. So I'm like, okay, let me make sure I add something like where it's like positivity, like let's wrap it up. But I just kind of talked about just 2023, you know, how it was and how grateful I am, you know, that my business is growing and that my YouTube channel is growing and all the things. And I know it is because I've been putting in the work. Like, y'all watch my vlogs, y'all watch my, you know, weekly vlogs when I did them, my reseller vlogs now. Like, I'm really out here working, y'all. Like, I'm working. And one day, which should be this summer, I should finally be able to just woosah. But y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually really scared for that day to come, because I'm a natural born workaholic, and I generally overwork myself just because I feel like that's just the best way to be. If I'm not doing anything productive outside of working, why would I not work? Which is not a good mindset, okay? Not a good mindset. It's something that I have been working on these past couple of months too. Like I told y'all before, like if I feel tired and all of that, before I would just push through, because I'm like, look, you got to get it done. But yeah, y'all, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. It has been fun. I'm sure this video is long, and I apologize, but it seemed like y'all like my reseller vlogs anyway, so y'all like me ranting. But yeah, that is pretty much where I'm at, and I am happy that you guys are on this journey with me, and let's just continue to grow. If you need an accountability partner, don't ask me, because I'm already pretty filled up, okay? But yeah, I'll see y'all on the next one. And y'all better subscribe, because if you made it this far, why are you not subscribed? You clearly like my channel. You might as well like it. I mean, you're already here. I'll wait a few seconds. Just hit that like button. Thank you. So yeah, I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.